Suppose you go to your regular grocery store to buy ice cream, and you're presented with two options. One is a well-known brand that is made from all natural ingredients with only 10% fat, and the other one is a new ice cream brand labeled 90% fat-free, and otherwise identical with all natural ingredients as well. You might be inclined to pick the one which says 90% fat-free, even though both products are the same. The way information is presented to you influences your decision. The framing effect occurs when our decisions are influenced by the way information is presented. Identical options can be more or less attractive depending on what features are highlighted. In other words, our perception of different choices partly depends on how the same fact or question is presented to us. Let's take a look at another example. Imagine this. Jim is buying a bar of soap because during the COVID-19 pandemic, he learned that it is very important to wash your hands. Jim is now very cautious about his health. He's presented with two options of soap. The first one says, antibacterial soap, kills 95% of all germs. The second one reads, anti-germ soap, leaves only 5% of germs. Jim picks up the one that says, kills 95% of all germs, even though the other brand provided exactly the same information and offered a product with the same effect. Only the choice of words was different. Clearly, Jim doesn't like the idea of germs living on his hand, no matter how small the percentage is. Jim's decision was influenced by the framing effect. The information he was presented with created images in his brain that were then matched with the preferred consequence he wanted his decision to have. He intended to eliminate as many germs as possible, not leave a little amount on his hand. The framing effect is often used in marketing to influence decision makers and consumers. It takes advantage of the tendency for people to respond differently to the same information, depending on whether a specific option is presented in a positive frame or a negative frame. By slightly altering your choice of words, you can use the following three most common types of framing to your advantage. Number 1. Attribute framing. This type of framing is used to highlight options from different angles to emphasize either positive or negative characteristics. Number 2. Risky choice framing. People tend to act risk-averse when problems are presented like a gamble, with options being either gains or losses. Most people would choose to minimize losses rather than maximize gains. And number 3. Goal framing. This framing effect encourages you to choose a certain option by emphasizing the negative outcome of not doing so. You will notice that a lot in marketing. Sellers will greatly highlight all the advantages you will miss out on if you don't buy their product or not use their service. By being aware of these simple techniques, you can use the framing effect to your advantage, communicating in a more effective way to create preferable outcomes in situations that require a decision by other people, and making more informed and rational decisions yourself when being presented with options or problems.